Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to Live with Faith and Harmony. I'm Faith. I am your host for today. Yan. So for those who are watching right now, please comment down below by saying hashtag Team Live. And for those who will watch for replay, you can type in hashtag Team Replay. And now we're on our second season, episode 12 today. But before that, I just want to have to recall what we had last episode. So last time we had copywriting. So there were three people who shared with the sunod-sunod na episodes yun about copywriting. And the last one was a coach. So if you haven't watched that episodes yet, please do so para may idea kayo if you want to also consider copywriting as one of your, let's say, freelancing work. And now we're on our episode 12. So if puro email copywritings yung previous episodes, we will go to another platform wherein we can express our thoughts by, let's say, writing it in a vlog. And alam ko, aside sa emails, blogging then is one of the popular ways or means where we can share our thoughts, ideas to a large group of people. Yan. So, if you find this video interesting, please share this on your um, wall or whatever means para babalikan nyo. And at the same time, marami ring taong matuto from this session. So, now I've invited someone who is doing the vlogging already. And alam ko, excited ako at kayo rin. Sana excited kayo kasi this is something na siguro with my circle, hindi ko nahahanap yung taong gumagawa talaga ng vlogging, yes. So, I'd like to introduce with me, he is a corporate employee, o 'di ba? And he is the vlogger behind Blue Dubai. So, if you're familiar, please join me as I welcome the boy, the boy or the man behind Boy Dubai, Ayon Gonzaga. Hello. Ah,
Hi. Hello. Hi, Faith. Hello, everyone. Greetings from Dubai.
yan. Thank you so much for being here. Alam ko, magkaiba ata tayo ng time zone,
Oh,
naturally.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Yeah. So, but before that, Ayon, I'd just like to tell our audience our topic for today is about start and monetize a blog. And you're
Hmm.
the top of my mind, kaya ikaw yung nag-guest ko for today's topic. Yan, so
Wow.
kamusta?
Yep. Doing well. Praise God. Maayos naman. Yes. How about you?
Ako, thank God I'm good. Yan, so
Yeah.
ngayon, so for our audience who are watching this, please comment, sabayan nyo kami para maramdaman namin yung energy nyo while watching this live. And if you will learn or got something, please comment, and questions also are welcome. We'll answer it later. Yan. So before diving into a topic, tell us more about you, about your life, Ayon, before you became a vlogger.
Mm, okay. I think it would be good also to start the story by saying bakit ako nag-vlog, right? Kasi during my days back then when I was a student, I always wanted to become a media personality, yung broadcaster or journalist. I always loved writing, but I think during that time, writing didn't love me. I have for English, see, until now, four. I have for English. I don't know, parang hindi ako ganun ka-accurate when it comes to telling stories. But then I wanted to do something around that field. So, pero my dad brought me to a school to study something else, which is computer science. So hindi ako nagkaroon ng chance to study really yung mass communication to go to that path of achieving the dream. But then blogging was introduced and it's free. So sabi ko, maybe I could give it a try. And I will just start writing my stories day in and day out of my school life. And yun, doon nagsimula yung pagiging interested about blogging. So I was a student back then. Uh, but that was just very on a personal level. But kung ang tanong mo is how did I start, what I was doing before I started this Boy
Yeah.
Dubai or my other blogs. Uh, I am an employee. I was an employee working as a web designer in various companies in Manila before I moved to Dubai.
So
Mm.
it's you're juggling with your employment and at the same time doing vlogging on the side. Grabe.
Yes,
So
yes,
galing, no? Actually very quick lang, no, kasi not everyone pursues that kind of thing, eh. Lalo na pag employee ka, that demands also
oo,
a lot of your time. Just a
right.
tip lang, how did you manage doing that?
I think it's a commitment, no? It's a commitment that I need to do something that would serve as an outlet. Kasi nararamdaman ko before that if my routine is just work home, baka ma-burnout ako agad-agad. I should find something that would sustain me. Siguro sa ibang tao, they have their hobbies, right?
Mm.
For me, I think the pursuance of that dream na hindi naman nangyari when I was in the university, that's something I considered blogging can do for me. Kaya siguro the commitment was there since day one na in-explore ko yung blogging. Kaya hanggang ngayon hindi ko siya binitawan kasi kung talagang gusto mo, hahawakan mo eh.
Yeah, grabe na-feel ko yung ano, na-feel ko talaga yung the commitment you're saying, ramdam ko siya.
Mm.
It's actually, parang I got to correct myself, eh. It should be like, while you're employee, you're on the side building your dream pa din. Yun.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's an encouragement for every one of us. Kasi, yun nga, tama ka, we're focused din talaga sa ano natin, yung typical,
Yeah,
typical setting natin na work lang. Pero how about naman something that you really love to and you're a
exactly.
testimony that you're doing
Yeah.
that.
And I believe it's not only blogging, even the other
Ah,
hobbies. Kasi what it did to me is it complement my work. So because of blogging, I was able to develop, see, my V and B, to develop, natatawa ako, to develop this skill in terms of storytelling or connecting to people, talking to people. Apparently, naging useful siya sa trabaho ko. So,
mm,
it really brings wonder if you pursue something on the side.
wow. Pero alam mo ano, I
Mm.
mean, I commend you on that kasi even with the vulnerabilities and also the mistakes that we have. Ako rin, 'di ba? Still, 'di ba? Ano
Mm.
mo yun, 'pag nandun talaga yung gusto mo, no matter what, kumbaga we're not that yet, sabi natin, great with other people. Pero with the
Yeah.
love that you have, nararamdaman na yun ng mga taong nakakabasa nung vlog mo or alam mo yun, of anything that you share to the world. Yan. So,
Yes. Yeah.
inspiring. Ang inspiring ng story. Nakaka-ignite siya. Parang something that it's not really that the motivation, eh. Eto na 'to, I mean, the reality that it's really possible if you would just
Mm-hmm.
really do the work, I believe.
Agree.
Ayan, yeah.
Yes.
So you keep on mentioning blogging. Ako rin, 'di ba, kita mo kasi it's something
Oh.
na ano, eh, alam mo
Yeah.
'yun, ano siya, eh, parang they're a bit the same. Eh, ano, so you keep on mentioning blogging. So what is, blogging? Can you give us a background?
Oo nga, no? I think these days na medyo nawala na yung description ng vlogging, right?
Mm,
Mas popular na kasi yung V
yes.
vlogging. But basically, when it all started, it is just like a coin term for web log, di ba? So,
Mm,
and then some really funny guy coined the term blog para magkaroon siya ng magandang recall. So, basically, blog is like a personal diary. Ganun siya
mm,
nag-start. Or you can call it, you can consider it an online journaling where you will just simply really write stories about or accounts of everything that happens to your life. There were no rules. There were no structure to follow. It's just let it out. Just say something about a thing, a story, or an event. That's a blog.
and then, yeah, you publish it on the platform or probably through the website. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So I started with Blogspot. I don't know if that is familiar. It's a free platform from Google before I moved to
Mm.
WordPress. Yes.
Okay. Nice. So,
Mm,
anong galing 'no? This is something naman na from, paper or yung typical na handy notebook journaling, you put it
yeah.
into online.
Right, right.
Yan. So, I hope, everyone, you are learning from this at, sana nag-ignite din yung bagay na naisip niyo kung ano ba yung hobby niyo and then pursue it along the side na you're earning. Yun talaga yung nag-stuck sa'kin ngayon, eh. Actually, napapaisip ako while asking yung some questions.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Eto naman, so
Mm.
the question before was, who are you before you do the vlogging? Eto naman ang question
Oh,
ko naman, who is Ayon behind Boy Dubai?
okay. If I get the question right, it's like, who am I basically? And uh,
In the Boy
in the
Dubai
boy to boy.
context.
All right.
Oo.
I think I can say that I am someone who is beyond passionate. I am writing or I am blogging because I believe I have a purpose in doing so, which means my story, when I write it, I make sure that it has relevance to the people who will be reading it. Kasi that's how I believe we are created here, not just to exist for our own lives, but to be helpful, useful, and relevant to others as well. So I think who am I behind Boy Dubai is someone purposeful or purpose driven, if you can call it that way, who aims to at least change the mindset of those who are following or reading my blogs, one article at a time.
Mm.
Mm.
So, you started na ano, na yun yung purpose mo. Yung, let's
Uh,
say, you keep on saying useful, relevant.
uh,
So, ano siya, yung kasi, ito yung tanong ng mga tao. Actually, I'll ask some questions about this later. Pero, let's just focus with the Boy Dubai.
okay.
Ano to, you
Uh,
started lang na wala ka namang specific topic to write
yes.
on. Basta you find
Yes.
it within yourself na useful siya and
Uh,
relevant with others.
Yeah, if let me take you
Sure.
back, Nax. Parang ang tagal na,
Yes.
no? It reveals our age.
Go
Um,
ahead.
kasi in Dubai, when I started living and working here, it wasn't really a good start. My first 3 years were bad, really bad. Like I my employer locks me in the room. Uh, I didn't know that. I just got discovered it because I attempted to, go out and buy something for lunch, something like that. I had to exit the country and go to a nearby island in Iran because we have to change visa. I cannot afford to go back and forth naman sa Philippines, so I had to do it 10 times. Minsan, summer, the summer heat in Dubai and in Iran, it can reach up to 50 degrees Celsius. So
Grabe.
sometimes, walang hotel, so you just have to settle for sleeping on the rugs with some vest on it. I had been to two cases to fight for my unpaid salary, 3 months delayed salary on two occasions. Both of them I won naman. So sabi ko, and so on, no? And there's this series of events. Sabi ko, mukhang magiging magandang istorya to. Kailangan isulat ko to. That's what's on
Mm.
my mind. When I was about to start Boy to Buy, I had this series of events, and I think it would be an interesting content. So that motivated me to start Boy to Buy. Sabi ko pa nga doon, in case may mangyari sa akin masama, at least people would know what really transpired. So you can say it's really journaling, no? It's a diary.
Mm.
And little did I know, after few days or weeks, people started commenting. Someone's sending me private messages. Yung pala,
Oh.
nagiging visible na siya sa Google when people are searching, say, for example, how to do things in Dubai or employment opportunities in Dubai. And one of the stories I had there was my job story or my exit story. So, ganun siya na-discover ng tao. And that fueled me to write some more, to write some more stories. My approach kasi is I do not write stories that are not mine. It has to be my story, my personal story. Patulad nga ng sinabi ko kanina, they should have relevance to the audience. In my case, it's the Filipino expat community here in the UAE. Yeah.
Mm. Ayan. So, tama naman. There's ano, na talagang journaling siya because you own the story and then no one can
Correct.
write it kasi hindi no
Mm.
one can write it parang hindi nila pwedeng kunin yun on you. That's what I wanted to say. Kasi that's really your own. And
Oo.
for sure you're right. I mean, you really express it a lot kasi sa'yo
Mm.
siya. Alam mo yung maganda feeling, alam mo yun, the real situation na
Mismo.
nangyari. 'Di ba?
Yeah, mismo. Yes.
Hmm. Yan. So na-advance yung ano, yung aking question. Pero no worries, that's fine. Um, may follow-up question lang ako. Curious lang kasi ako, why you name it Boy Dubai?
Yeah, Boy Bawang. There you go. Um,
Ah,
that's
okay.
part of it. What's funny is during that time, my blog has been there for 10 years now. No? So during that time, I don't know, maybe on TV, I just stumbled upon a content, or I think Bubblegang yata yun, if I'm not mistaken.
Ah,
Boy Tondo, Boy Toothpick, or whatever boy. Tapos na-recall ko yung my childhood, like people are calling me, I don't know, Boy Bundok or Boy Manila. And apparently, it sinks to me na yung gamit pala na sa atin ng ganon, though slang, means mastery of the word. Boy bawang. Let's say, alam mo lahat
ah,
about bawang or you like bawang, o ikaw si bawang. So parang
Ah.
sabi ko, I wanted to write about my life in Dubai. So therefore, I would project that I know Dubai. So Boy Dubai. So that is just the petty
Hmm.
story behind the name. Yeah. And we're blessed because that has left a good recall to people. So even
Yes.
during the point that I was not writing too much, people already know my brand because of the name.
Oo.
Yeah.
Daling tandaan.
Oo.
Ayan. So, ang tanong ko baka para at least malinaw sa mga viewers natin, since ikaw si Boy Dubai, meron bang Girl Dubai sa buhay mo?
Oh, yeah, yeah. My wife would claim that.
Okay,
Yes.
'yan. Malinaw, okay, malinaw sa
Malinaw.
mga nanonood.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice, ang galing ng pangalan 'no. Because kasi sometimes kasi people tend to complicate things, eh. Parang isa na ako dun.
Ah,
Actually
ah, ah.
the name that I have with my page, parang ang tagal ko siyang pinag-isipan. Pero
Mhm,
it's
mhm.
something na minsan kasi yung bagay na hindi ko naman sinasabing wag mong pag-isipan, pero yung something na naturally na lang nagke-came up, yun pa yung
Yes,
alam mo
yes.
yun? Yun pa yung may
Exactly.
recall, 'di ba? So, ang
Yeah,
galing.
Faith and Harmony, actually, it has a good ring on it. Um, you know, before I came up with Boy Dubai, meron pang ibang pangalan yon, yung vlog na yon. I call it like, Social Me Dubai. What a name. I mean, so parang it really also has its own journey on, changing name, ganyan.
Mm.
Hmm. Yeah,
So it means, yung Boy Dubai, hindi lang 'to yung ano, kinonsider mong name. There were others pa
hindi lang.
pala. Ay,
Hindi
hindi
lang,
lang.
yeah,
So
yeah.
mga pang-ilang change ka ng name? Para may
Well,
idea
for
sila,
yeah, I think for this vlog, tatlo lang.
tatlo.
Although I have other vlogs kasi, and that was one of my mistakes. I attempted to create 10 vlogs. I mean, before there were no, sorry, there were no Facebook, nakatagal na.
Yes,
There were no
oo.
Facebook, no nothing. So you have to have a .com, right?
Yes.
boydubai.com, or maybe if for you, faithandharmony.com. So noon I had 10 blogs. I have daddydubai.com, I have design rockstar, iba-ibang topic. And that burns me out. Yeah.
Hmm, oo nga. Ang dami nga nun. So ngayon ano na, so among the 10, eto na lang yung natira, Boy Dubai.
Yes, ito na lang. It's really something personal din kasi. Kaya, yeah.
Oh, 'di ba? I
Mm.
mean, yun kasi yung bagay na minsan ano natin, eh, nane-neglect natin na parang magsa-start ka kasi perfect ka na, gano'n, laging
Oo.
gano'n. Pero which
Yeah.
is the reality is you really have to jump, eh. You have to really try, venture, magkamali ka, alam mo yun,
Right.
fail, move until such time na here you go, 'di ba, Boy Dubai among the 10 may
Yeah,
isang
yeah.
ano,
I
well,
was telling you
something,
earlier, diba, about
oo.
I was bad in English. When I look at my first story or yung blog na sinulat ko, I would laugh at
Oo,
them kasi mali-mali yung grammar eh. Wala pang Grammarly that time or tools to correct your grammar. But then I realized, had I not started back then, I wouldn't have, or I wouldn't be what I am right now in terms of the blogging field. So parang you really just have to start somewhere, as you said kanina. You don't have to wait for the perfect timing, or otherwise you won't get started. And yeah, along the way you will meet people, you will hear more talks, maybe something like this, or you will read books that will help you improve eventually.
yeah,
Mm.
I agree with you. Tama. Yan, so for our audience, I hope, may mga natututunan na kayo and
I
actually
hope.
ano pa lang, simula pa lang 'to, simula pa lang pala 'tong pinag-uusapan namin, yan.
Yeah.
Eto, I did not ask it yet. When did you start
Mm.
vlogging? The year, when did you start?
Really? The year? Okay. So
Yes.
when I was 4 years old, sorry. No, no. I mean, I think
Seriously?
vlogging kasi started, di ba, around 2003.
Hmm,
I can remember 2003. I was in high school. No, I was in college back then. Uh, and then that's the same year I started exploring blogging. So I was in the university. I tried to do what they say what blogging is. So 2003, and then after 3 years, saka ko palang sinimulan yung proper vlogging, which is yung Boy Dubai na nga ngayon. So Yeah, it's been so long.
Tagal na.
Oh,
2003. Iniisip ko kung nasaan ako nung time na yun. I was in grade school.
grabe naman.
Nagbo-booking na ng
Grabe
edad.
naman. Yeah, yeah. But yes, yes. It's been a while.
Yan. Yan. So, kung nasan kayo nung 2003, comment nyo para malaman natin kung ilang taon na kayo.
Hmm.
Kidding aside.
Hindi naman ako informed na bookingan pala to, Faith.
Oo nga
Yeah.
eh. Pero just kidding. Ano naman, kasi syempre, you've shared yung triumphs and also some of the challenges that you've encountered. But I would
Ah,
also like to emphasize also, tell us more what are the possible challenges or the challenges you've encountered along your vlogging journey.
oh wow.
The challenges
Sobrang
along the way.
Yeah, sobrang dami niyan. Kasi as for me, I did not set any expectations when I started. But
Ah.
I would be honest that I'm looking forward to monetize the blog. Kasi there's a lot of conversations back then that you can earn from blogging nga. But then I didn't really
Mm.
set any expectations or high hopes on that. So the challenges is, well, having no one that reads your blog is quite challenging. Meaning to say, how to connect your content to more people. Probably that's one of the challenge I faced because there were no tools before, especially before
Mm.
Facebook and other social media was established. There were no tools before, so that's one of the challenges. And oftentimes, I find myself back then really discouraged.
Mm.
I used to create content on a regular basis, and then I found myself not writing for 3 months. So may
Mhm.
mga ganong challenges. Isama mo na dyan yung creative block, writer's block as they
Mm.
call it. You wanted to write a lot, but there's just not too many creative juices flowing. So you cannot form an article. Humahaba lang yung to-do list ko. But then there's ang napaka-konti ng lumalabas na article about that. So that's the challenges I got from the writing of blog perspective, but
Ah.
throughout the blogging journey, mas marami. Say for example, yung mga bashers. Uy, may basher ako. um, Yes, I mean, before I used to make patol. Alam mo, papatulan mo pa lahat ng mga nagko-comment
Oo.
sa'yo if they do not agree to what you say. So that's a challenge kasi the moment you get involved emotionally with them, mawawala na rin yung focus mo, mawawala yung
Yes.
clutter mo, maapektuhan yung desire mo to write some more. So that's one of the
Mm.
things that I've dealt with. I'm still dealing actually. Even few minutes before we just went live. And then
Oh.
yeah, and then there are some technical things that are challenges, like you're not appearing on Google. Because when you say blogging, you should be visible, right? Visible online. When people search for some keywords, your aim is to have your blog out there, discoverable. So I have those technical challenges in there. How can I write with using the right copy, using the right keywords?
Mm.
Yun. Pa ba? And yeah, everything is around that. Yung bashers lang talaga yung pinakamalaki.
Oo nga eh. Pero I have two follow-up questions on your answers. Kasi,
Aha.
since I've said a while ago na those viewers that we have are
Hmm.
newbies or someone who are aspiring to be one. And
Okay.
especially, yun yung something na, let's say, parang pipigil din on them or on me kung magsisimula ako, is no one would read my content.
Hmm.
How do you deal on that? Na, na kahit na wala pang, let's say, na nagko-consume of what you are publishing, you still choose to continue.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, good question. How do I put it in a better way? So kasi my thoughts about readership is parang before is it that is
Mm.
something that will validate that you're doing good. When people read your blogs, you were
Yes.
doing good. So there was a point na na-discourage ako. Yes, I agree. But then apparently I learned my lesson and I realized that when may isang reader na nag-reply sa akin or nag-iwan ng comment about
Mm.
how the article has impacted her decision during the time. The decision was to move from Dubai going back to the Philippines. Parang ganon. Anyway, long story short, I realized na kahit pala isa lang ang nagbasa sa vlog ko, isa lang yung nag-comment sa akin, but it has somehow contributed to changing the mindset of that person in a good way, in a better way, I'm fine with it. That's already a reward for me. And then binalikan ko yung bakit. Why? Why am I writing in the first place? Sabi ko lang ganun, di ba? I wanted to be useful. Hindi ko naman
Mm.
sinabing to proud or so. So wala akong mga ganung sinet sa sarili ko that time. So I think for the new or the aspiring bloggers, just aim to be useful and do not consider influence or being influential as attached to the bigger number of followings. Kasi kahit isang buhay lang yung
Mm.
magkaroon ka ng impact sa kanya, you'll never know how much more people he will or she will influence, no, carrying the message that you have given her or him. So when I realized that, hindi na ako natigil. I didn't have that discouragements anymore. You know, it's challenging to write, but the commitment to continue writing whenever the opportunity is there is always on. Uh, ba yun, yun. Yeah, and accept that not everyone will like all your content. For example,
Mm.
even if it's just 1 out of 10 na magiging hit, it's okay. Kasi the nine other articles probably does not connect to all of the readers that you have, but
Mm.
it says so much about who you are. Eh. You know,
Yeah.
you do not stop or you do not select only what would sell. Otherwise, maybe you are looking at the wrong goal kung ganon. If you are a blogger and you want to document uh, anything or any topic of your choice, just keep doing it. Eventually, in time, the right people will discover what you are doing, your writing.
Mm. So, based from your answer, I should say, let's really, we really have to respect and trust the process along the way. Diba? Kasi,
Exactly.
yeah, actually, I stalked you yesterday. So, ang galing, no? Talaga, tama, parang 15 years ago ata yung nag-appear dun kay Facebook, ano eh, kay Google eh. Parang 15 years ago. So talagang ano, this is something that you really have to build over time.
Yes, yes. And you don't
Mm.
look at other people's timeline then. Kasi iba-iba tayo ng timeline.
Mm,
There are people who
mm.
are really blessed and lucky that after a few days, instant hit. Be happy for them.
Oo.
You know, and there are sometimes you really have to take months, even years to get to
Oh.
that breakthrough. Iba-iba tayo ng
Mm.
journey eh. And you know,
Yes.
those years will eventually have to work all together and what they call this, bring you to a better purpose, if I can call it that way. You just have to be patient while putting in the work.
Yeah,
Mm.
I agree. Kasi 'di ba earlier during this live, you keep on saying na you're not that good in English. I mean, 'di ba? You're
Ah,
not that good pero you started. I mean,
yes,
I really admire you on that. Kasi not everyone yung lagi nilang ini-embrace yung something that they're not good at, na yun yung pumipigil to do what they really wanted. Pero
yes,
ikaw, you reverse psychology. Okay, I'm not good on that, pero I believe I will improve over time. You believed on
yes,
that and then see
yeah.
kung gaano naman kalayo yung narating na ni Boy Dubai on sa online world. Grabe
uh,
ka.
Yeah, sabi nga nila, one of my friends told me, it takes a lot of guts and confidence to get started, even though you don't have the right tools or the
Hmm.
right, what they call this, yeah, tools. Ano mo, hindi mo
Mm.
alam yung tamang pagsusulat, ganyan.
Oo.
Yeah,
Ayan. And aside from that, you mentioned creative blocks, 'di ba?
uh,
I mean, ano 'yan, lahat, even not only bloggers, almost lahat ng content creators,
true,
that would be struggles. How about
true.
you, Ayon? How do you deal with your creative blocks? I mean, along the way na you're doing the blogging.
Yeah. You don't push yourself too much. If nothing is coming out of your head, you stop and take a break. Um, kasi the more you push yourself, yeah, probably you will squeeze in some creative juices. but you won't like the output. Chances are you might not like the output. That's not what you really wanted to put out there. So
Mm.
what I learned and what I am doing is take a break. Don't rush to get your articles published. It can wait. Just make sure that when you are writing and when you are publishing your articles, your state of mind says also 100%. Yes, I'm happy with it. Go for it. Uh, Break. Do not underestimate the value of rest, of taking a break, of drop everything. You go places, do something else that will
Mm.
shift your mood from the
Mm.
typical thinking hat to something else. You know, and that helps a lot. Yes,
Mm.
you'll never know. You will be back in no time.
Mm. So, don't push, huwag masyadong hard sa sarili.
Oh, that's an
Dahil ikaw
unpopular
ang
opinion, by the way, because people will say push yourself to the limit. No,
ah,
apparently, even God
mm.
gives us the rest, the value of rest, so that we will not burn out.
Yeah, yeah. Pero that works for you na 'wag i-push yung sarili, 'di ba? Pero with
Oh,
others, sige kung gusto niyo kung if you wanted to push, go. Pero for most, siyempre parang ang hirap naman pilitin nung isang bagay na I mean, won't create din naman something good
yeah.
if pinipilit. Yeah. And
Oo.
yun, one of eto major challenges din na people might encounter. Siyempre, if newbie ako, malamang ang mga, let's say, magiging possible bashers ko would be someone close to me na, oh my goodness, you're new on this thing. And ikaw kasi, yung bashers mo na on your level are those na who doesn't like or consume your content. What are
Mhm.
your tips for those people na might encounter bashers while doing the vlogging?
I don't think there's uh, really one effective advice for all about this particular thing.
Yeah.
Pero siguro
Just
ano,
just based from your experience.
yeah, for me, I pick or I choose who I listen to. For example, I see this bashers on the comment
Mm.
thread, and then I'm doing a quick check. Sino ba to? Okay, I don't know her. She's not somebody that I should listen to. So I keep it that way. I don't listen to people that I do not have to listen to. Uh, Kumbaga, I have set of criteria on who will I listen to. Is like, for example, mentors, not necessarily literal na mentor, but yung mga taong tipong they can give counsel, wisdom. But
Yes.
if people are not wise,
Mm.
I don't listen to them. It takes a process for you to say I don't listen to kasi emotional yung attack sa'yo eh. They will attack you
Oo.
emotionally,
True.
and then when you let your emotions down, you will give into that, and then you will be discouraged. You will give up. Um, for me, how did I do that? Inisip ko na lang na parang let's say I get a number of bashers, but how many did I get in terms of the other reactions, the affirmative reactions? Marami. Okay, so meaning to
Mm.
say, totoo yung sinasabi nila that you indeed cannot please everybody. And in terms of perspective, there's a lot of perspective out there. You cannot just set or, talk to one perspective. Even if you have a niche, even if you have defined audience, there will always be someone who will make life more exciting for you. So, realize lang that you cannot please everybody. Select who you listen to, and what else did I say? Yung pangatlo? I think yun lang. Tawag dito, nawala ako. So, yun lang. Select who you listen to because at the end of the day, they are the ones that matter to you more. So, parang if you listen to the bashers, you almost give up to giving what your other believe followers or those who believe to you the value that they're expecting from you.
Alright. Ayan. I hope you learned from Boy Dubai's vlogging journey. Natapos at least nalaman na natin yung his humble beginnings and his journey until now. And sana may mga napulot din kayong lessons. And if you wanted to share it, please do so. Please feel free to comment it down. Ngayon, this is now for those who would like to start vlogging na parang, "Hey, ayon gusto ko na mag-start." So,
Mm.
what are the basic skills should a newbie or an aspiring vlogger have?
Okay, basic skills.
Yes.
Uh, Maybe I will take a step back before I jump onto the skills.
Sure.
Kasi mas importante talaga yung purpose eh.
Mhm.
I don't want to sound cliche, pero talagang you cannot even jump to the conversation of what skills should I have in order to get started kung yung purpose mo about doing it is not there. Even just a
Mhm.
glimpse of the purpose.
Yeah.
Kasi di ba, hindi naman tayo lahat nakaka-identify na ng purpose natin at the beginning. But at least
Mhm.
just a glimpse of I wanted to be of value for for foodies, for example. So okay, then you have defined a purpose, then you go. In terms of skills, sabi ko nga kanina, ako nga wala nung perfect skill sets, no? But at least now, during these days, you need to have
Mhm.
that desire to write, or the consistency at least to do it, you know. What else? That's it. And then the other things kasi are technicals na eh, like the platform. You need to have, you need to know how to use WordPress, for example, which is habang alam, sorry, excuse me, hanggat alam mo ang gumamit ng Word, you're good to go because writing a blog on the platform is not really too technical for a newbie to understand. So in terms of skills, don't really be pressured about not having a lot of them because you
Mhm.
will discover them as you go along. You will discover them as you go along. Just have the purpose set, and then the desire to write with consistency. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. Actually, yung mga skills na yun, ano siya, eh, parang it's something na parang madaling pakinggan, pero ang hirap
Mm.
din apply ng consistency, lalo
Ang
na
hirap.
yung desire. In desire, okay yun kasi nga naman if you're into writing, you can suggest vlogging. Pero yung consistency
Yeah,
talaga, eh. Kasi along the way, dun
totoo.
mo makikita yung improvements mo, eh. Hindi naman on the first writing mo, ano na,
Yes.
you're great na agad. May iba, well,
Yes,
there are
yes.
others
Yeah,
gifted naman on that. Pero for those talaga na magsa-start talaga with a really humble beginning, just like you did.
yeah. Pero
Yeah.
that purpose might complement that and might push you to really be
Mm.
consistent if you have that. Say for example, gusto mong ano, 'di ba, educate on financial literacy because you
Mm.
want people to have their mindset transformed about saving money, that consciousness. So if you really have that purpose and you desire to see the effects, you will know that the blogs or consistency in blogging is what will make you meet that purpose or that vision that you set yourself. So
Mm.
yun, pwede niyang i-ano yun, if you will up.
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me. Siguro,
Yeah.
guilty
Note
ako.
to self, note to self.
Yeah, note to self. Yeah, I mean, I'm guilty on that. Na sometimes you just tend to start without really knowing the purpose. Pero yun nga, I agree na if may purpose talaga, that will keep you going. Actually, this live, hindi ko naman talaga, I mean, ang tagal na ito bago nagsimula. It was 2020 when I met Lau, yan, yung mga
Yeah.
circle of PC friends
PC.
natin. Oo, passionate creators, yan. And then, parang lahat sila nagsimulaan ng mag-live. Tas parang yung ano sa'kin, hala ka-batch ko sila, parang ano na nangyari sa'kin, parang did I not apply
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
learning, ganyan. Tas it was 2021 this year, April, 'yan. Na ma-share ko lang, yung ang assignment pa namin nun with Lau and Math, okey hanap kayo
Okay.
ng 3 people along I mean within your circle, they are the ones na you will interview sa live para makapagsimula kayo. Alam mo sinong in-approach ko? Si Randel
Ah.
Chongson lang naman.
Randall, coach. Yeah,
Kaya nga, eh, sabi ko, "Lord, thank you." Kasi talagang with that, parang mapu-push ka talaga, parang, "Oh my goodness,
yeah.
someone said yes." Parang kumbaga hindi naman kumbaga someone na ano naman, kumbaga guru na siya on personal
Yeah.
finance na I did really not expect to.
And one
Ayun
of the
lang.
nicest and the most humble guys I met also. Very, very generous ideas. Yeah.
Wow, talaga?
Mm.
Ayun nga, buti nga na-meet mo siya personal. Yun lang, parang I'm just happy lang na ayun, na parang if ano talaga, if you're really passionate, yun nga, that's what you keep on saying, passionate, committed, and especially you know the purpose of doing everything. The universe and really the Lord will help you, 'di ba? To be with the right people at the right time. Ang galing.
Amen. Yes, yes.
Amen and amen. Ayan. So,
Yeah.
I hope yung mga newbies dito, sana hindi lang kayo ma-inspire eh. Take action on doing the things that you love. And also, if you will also love vlogging, meron pa ako mga upcoming questions with Ayon para may mga ideas kayo. Yan. Speaking of, eto na, I'm a newbie or aspiring
Mm.
vlogger na. So, how to choose what content to publish and how to identify your target audience.
Oh, wow. Um, yeah, kasi I think, well, di ba, lagi rin sinasabi ko ano yung nasa puso mo, sundin mo. Lagi naman yan. Lagi
Sex
natin
bomb
naririnig
ba
yan.
to?
Yeah. But then, sabi ko nga kanina, why will you blog in the first place? Ano ba yung purpose mo? To earn, which is not a bad reason at all, or to be a voice for some, let's say, sectors or marginalized sectors in the society. Let's say, for example, yung mga working moms or home-based moms, or yung mga financial literacy, to sell. For example, may services ka, di ba? You wanted to sell life insurances, or you wanted to sell gourmet toyo. Maraming purpose kasi. So, I'm sure yung mga to sell, alam nyo na kung anong content ang gusto nyong gawin. But then, for those who are really clueless, start with something that is close to your heart. Ito din ang balik ko, di ba?
Oo nga.
Kasi, it's really hard to write or create content on something that you don't know nothing about. That you know nothing about.
Mm.
Diba? I mean, literally. So, if your purpose is to get started and hone that blogging skill, doon ka na sa within your reach. Do not make it hard for you to get started, right? It's already
Mm.
hard to adapt and learn the technicals. Then take the easier way. So ayun. As for myself, halimbawa, no, kanina na mention mo, I almost wanted to write anything under the sun, which
Mm.
is according to the blogger gurus, that's not advisable at all. Wala kang niche eh.
Mm.
'Di ba?
Ah,
Ngayon magsusulat ka about food, bukas may travel writing ka. Unless you are like a news na umbrella organization ka, you have categories. I've been there and it didn't really give me loyal audience. Meaning to say, the engagement is not there kasi iba-iba yung topics ko. Until I streamed it to, ano ba talaga yung gusto kong gawin at yung mas close sa akin, yung tipong mas madaling isulat na hindi ko na kailangan laging mag-research. So, I learned na, okay, expat living as a family is what I would like to write about. Parang ganun. So, yun. Yun yung naging way ko para ma-define ko ano yung content na gusto kong i-publish. You know? Yeah.
yan. So, within your reach. Tsaka, closest to your heart. That's what I
Uh,
got from you. Ayun nga, oo, tama ka nga on clarifying that. Kasi once talagang yung iba magsa-start, kalat yan eh. 'Di ba?
kalat.
Pero
Mm.
based from your answers before, babalik ka talaga sa purpose mo eh.
Oo.
Parang ayun
Mm.
na yung let's say, hindi man siya super duper polish, perfect as they say it. Pero
Mm.
yun nga, if you're on the purpose of publishing content na useful, relevant, dun ka na rin ililid niya leaning I mean moving forward eh. Hindi pa
Right,
nga lang
right.
siya perfect talaga na let's say na, okay, useful to na useful to for some people,
Mm,
ipa-publish mo
mm.
pero along the way 'di ba, ayun yung, siguro one of my questions kasi na parang paano mo na na-finalize kasi medyo kalat ka pa na let's say nasabi mong useful, eh. So parang lahat ng useful on your end iko-consume mo, I mean, you're consuming it and then you're
Yeah,
sharing it. So ngayon, paano ka na let's say magka-come up na final na, eto na, parang I'll focus na let's say on you, na expat
yeah.
na 'to, na other things pa
Mm.
na I'll stick to that kind of content.
Yes, yes. You have to consider other factors also. Siguro I'll be talking muna dun sa
Sure.
family man and woman.
Mm.
Halimbawa, you have kids, di ba? And then you really wanted to do these blogs. Okay, na-define mo na yung content mo, but then do you have that time that will not that you will not compromise your time with your kids? Because baka yung dinefine mo na content, sobrang time consuming siya kasi you have to do a lot of research on that. So you won't have that parang 100% focus, or you're not really comfortable kasi you are conscious about the time with your family then. Same thing with siguro kahit hindi yung family, yung mga singles. You wanted to write about, let's say, I don't know, Netflix series reviews, halimbawa, ganyan, Netflix series
Mm.
reviews. But then you cannot commit pala to watching all the series that will come out in the future. So,
Mm.
you might not have that consistency to do it kasi parang you don't really plan your content according to your circumstances that you are in. So, ang
Mm.
daming factors, and we're just only talking about a very few of them.
Yeah. Pero
Mm.
actually, that summarizes na rin naman eh. Yung sinabi mo na it depends yung upon the circumstances. Kasi you would
Yes,
consider that.
yes.
Siguro probably, that would, you were also saying na, since I mean, just, correct me since depende siya sa circumstance, so along the way, pwede talaga siyang mag-shift mag-tweak siya ng I mean, mag-tweak siya gano'n. Kasi let's say single
Pwede.
ako na, I mean, let's have me as an example. Single ako,
Yeah.
so ang content ko iikot 'yan malamang sa I mean, experience ko traveling ng ako lang or I'm
Oo.
single, anything. Tapos siyempre
Yeah.
magkakaroon na ako ng family eventually. So, that's
Yeah.
okay naman na mag-tweak na siya ng konti.
Mm.
Did you
Right.
also experience that on your end na yung gano'n, na parang nag-tweak din yung contents mo. Kasi siyempre yung iba sasabihin, "Hindi, nagsimula na ako ng ganito, parang kailangan panindigan mo na sa hanggang ano yun, hanggang katapusan, parang yun na lang."
Yeah.
Gano'n.
Yeah, it's a big big shift actually on my part kasi 'di ba I was writing about Filipino before, as in
Oo.
community related articles. So meaning to say it covers Filipino restaurants here in Dubai kasi noon para silang mushroom na mag-sprout. So parang I need to be ahead of the game. I need to dapat itong
Mm.
information manggaling kay Boy Dubai first. Ganyan, may mga ganun akong
Oo.
mindset before. I need to cover events. I had the chance to meet a lot of celebrities na I will never have met them kung hindi dahil sa vlog. So parang na-overwhelmed din ako with those perks. Hanggang sa nakita ko kalat-kalat, teka may food ako dito tapos meron akong about celebrity dito, meron akong about biglang seryosong topic, meron akong about, my career. Kalat-kalat. And then it burns me out. Hanggang sa parang na-reach ko yung saturation point na, you know what? Overwhelmed lang naman ako sa mga artista but I don't really like writing all of those kasi they don't really matter at the end of the day. When you are alone in the night wondering about these things, meron na lang biglang mag-snap sa isip mo na, am I really writing meaningful content with all those stuff? Yeah, na-enjoy ko siya, na-meet ko sila, pero in the end, sa akin lang yun. Wala pala akong value o ganun kalaking value na ibigay sa audience ko who were there for me since the beginning. So, having said that, marami akong binitawang topic, marami akong dinecline na invitations, hanggang sa mga to the point na nagtatampo na yung mga tao sa akin that I used to cover events for them. Kasi sabi ko, hindi na yan yung ah, focus ng vlog ko. Iba na,
Mm.
kumbaga inward out na ako, hindi yung outward lang before. And
Mm.
good enough, it proved me right kasi the moment you define that, it would be rewarding for you. And I can see a lot of engagements na nangyayari na with my audience. Kasi that's how they know me eh. Yun yung brand na na-establish ko pala. So
Yeah.
it's not worth experimenting to cover a lot that will, what do you call this, derail you from who you really are as a brand.
Mm. Galing. Ang dami ng insight, Ewan ko na lang kung 'di pa kayo magsimula nito,
Sabi sa'yo madadala
Whatever.
ko, ipigilin mo ko.
Hindi, I mean, I'm learning also. Kumbaga hindi man ako nagsimula na kasi ako with vlogging pero personal, sobrang personal siya. Pero, 'di ba, actually everything naman you're saying, it applies also with other things that people would
Yes,
pursue, eh. General
right.
siya,
I
I
agree.
mean, 'di ba?
Totoo.
Ayan.
Totoo.
So eto pala, one last na, very quick lang na,
Hmm.
was it easier for you to identify your target audience since nasa Dubai ka?
Yes and no. Yun nga yung kanina, akala ko lahat sila audience ko eh. But
Oo.
then apparently, tapos meron pa akong shifting of direction. Kasi
Mm.
there was a point that I wanted to reach the international community because we're here. So what's the point of just limiting it to the Filipino audience? May ganun.
Mm.
But then I don't have the capacity to always discover their events or the happenings around the international community. So therefore, it won't serve the purpose of reaching that. Um, ano nga yung tanong? Wala ako. Uh,
Was it
how
easy
does
for you to identify your target audience?
yes. So I think it's based on the reactions and the engagement. So when I receive these really valuable engagement, napakalaking engagement, I I I told myself, I think this is where I really belong. Ito yung content
Mm.
na gusto ng mga nagpa-follow sa akin. Ito yung content that really resonates, or I can also say that I can add more value into.
Mm.
So I do not have to again try to discover something more. So yeah, naging malaking factor yung reactions din ng tao, yung reactions, yung engagement. It's like an
Mm.
affirmation. All right,
Yeah.
they find value in it, therefore I will keep doing the same thing. In the end,
Mm.
it's what adds value to people is
Yes.
what adds value to ourselves din.
Tama. I agree. Kasi actually ano, it's something that, um, guilty ako dito, eh. When I started, parang
Uh-huh.
I don't listen to my audience. Kasi I really don't know them pa naman, eh. I really
Yeah.
don't know. Pero along the way nga na while I'm doing this, ano, natutuwa lang din ako na someone would send me a message na saying
Mm.
thank you kasi they started doing freelancing. Parang, oh my goodness, I was like, parang hindi ko naman talaga ganun in-expect people would
Uh-huh.
appreciate it. Nakakatuwa lang. And they
Yes.
were the ones na parang nagiging marketing mo na lang din on the side na when you're giving
Mm-mm.
out value. Kasi sila na yung nagsasabi na, "Puwede bang hiramin ko yung poster mo? I'll put it sa Facebook ano namin, group namin." Yung
Yeah.
gano'n, parang nakaka-flatter. 'Yan. So sana sa mga gusto mag-pursue ng vlogging or, kung ano man yung gusto niyong gawin online, I hope you're learning from our very own Boy Dubai from his
I hope.
experience.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, if may mga questions kayo, please feel free to put it in the comment, we'll answer it. Yes. And eto, do you
Mm.
have any other additional on this? Kasi may part of nasabi mo na, what are the common mistakes of aspiring vloggers? Siguro
Okay.
probably let's on the context of they are starting.
Alright, 'di ba, sige, siguro in addition kanina kasi we
Yes.
talk about inconsistency, we talk
Oo.
about the technicals, no, yung pagiging
Mm.
yung hindi ka prepared to write the right keywords. I think from my experience, the main factor that did not allow my articles or blogs to be engaged or to be engaging is because I failed to hook the readers. When I say hook,
Mm.
it's like how do you, especially sa panahon ngayon, not too many people will open blogs. People would rather
Yes.
watch videos, right? So I
Mm.
think the first sentence or the title is always important. It's the most important. That's the hook. That's what I call hook. In Facebook,
Mm.
um, I just wanted to share, no, to maybe inspire. Hopefully, I did sa page ko kasi, I do a lot of long form writing. Even if people are
Mm.
discouraging me to do it because of algorithm
Mm.
now. But by using words that really hook the readers, I still get a lot of engagements. There are articles in Facebook too. There are articles that I have written that reach 10 million people.
Mm.
The engagement are like within 200 to 300,000 engagements,
Mm.
the shares, ibig sabihin yung mga reactions. Meaning to say, hook is really important. Ano ba yung hook? It's parang, di ba, hook. Paano mo kukunin yung audience mo? Say
Yes.
for example, it's not about using titles from Wikipedia. Let's say you are
Mm.
writing about Dubai.
Mm.
You do not write about what are the 10 things I need to learn about Dubai? Maybe you
Uh,
can do something like this person has uh, had bad experiences in Dubai, or you can or maybe that's not the right thing. This person almost lost his life while exploring
Dubai.
this impossible thing in Dubai. Halimbawa, ganun,
Ooh,
So that
yeah.
you are not exaggerating it, you are not just projecting it, but somehow part of the story is about that. It's not a typical title recommendation that you will get from literature professors. No, but that's
Mm,
hook. It's about
mm.
being outrageous sometimes or controversial, but in controversial na may sense. Ha? So that's
Yes.
hook. And I think many bloggers fail on that. That's one of the common mistakes that we also had. And I
Mm,
think the only other one that I can add is one of the common mistakes is that bloggers always want to earn money right away. Alam mo yun? Kasi if that is the goal, then wala na. Natiril ka na dun sa way dapat that you improve yourself muna. That you build muna your craft or your portfolio before you get and jump to the earning. So I
mm.
guess yun lang yung maidadagdag ko dun sa common mistakes.
Yan. So, actually, that hook, ang laking ano nun, ang laking impact niya
Mm.
kasi this is something na akala kasi natin when publishing online, kailangan kino-consider din na super duper, kailangan perfect sa grammar. Well, and sometimes hindi naman siya kailangan yung lagi may English structure, not the grammar but the English structure that we used to. 'Di ba? Na
Yeah.
parang the title, it should be like this. Pero that's
Yes.
the creative part of ano eh, of someone writing, of the vlogger na
Yes.
ano, kailangan yung yes, oo
Yeah.
nga. Kasi actually ako rin eh, parang 'pag nagse-search ako, yung baga yung thought lang na 10 things about that. Pero
Oo.
pipili ka nung content na if something that will resonate on you, mas yun yung babasahin mo, even if iba yung
Right.
hinahanap mo. Hmm,
Yes, yes,
well,
yes.
that really helps. Yan. So eto pala, I missed it out kasi kanina I asked you about, how to choose the content. Ngayon, baka there are questions na how do you plan out your blog content?
Hmm.
You
How
as
do you
per
plan
us,
out?
Boy Dubai. Yes, your contents.
All right. Okay. So, I have this simple rule to myself to make it simple and organized
Mm,
and relatable. If you can get simple, organized, and relatable, meaning to say, before I start and jump into writing the articles, I build an outline. What do I want to include in my blog? So, sulat ko na sila
mm,
bullet points. Tapos if I have some supporting details about those bullet points, then I'll write them under each of those.
mm,
Tapos, that way kasi, I would know if all of the points I have listed are, deserve to be in one article or yung iba medyo list na sa topic, I would not include that. So
mm,
that's how I plan the blog. And that also is one way maybe that you can say, maybe I will create a series of blogs about, okay, Christmas season is coming, maybe online shopping behaviors of people. I can write a series of content kasi based on the outline, this deserves more than two or three articles. May ganun. So that's how I plan, starting with bullet points. And then I define the tone of voice. Well, not necessarily for one article only, but I think for the overarching theme of your blog. Uh, ano ka ba? Seryoso ka bang magsalita? Are you a bit of witty? Are you a bit of what they call this educational? More of entertaining, comical? Pwede kasi yun eh. And then, you have to ensure that as you read your blog yourself, are you aligning kung ano man yung klase ng type ng blog meron ka? So you have to have those checkpoints. And part of the planning, especially if you're tapping on articles that you think there are facts around it on the internet, you search. Make sure that you have a good
mm,
research, and
mm,
then if possible, link your research or quote them on your blog, because that adds credibility to the article that you are posting, and that is very important. That separates authority bloggers from the typical bloggers because unfortunately, especially in the Philippines, many bloggers have given blogging a bad name. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, especially in the
Yeah.
political domain. You know,
Mm,
so credibility matters. So cite your
mm,
sources. You know, it doesn't need to be exclusively you talking. You have to
mm,
cite credible sources as well. So lahat
mm.
ng yun, no? Outline, um, credible sources, yung tone of voice mo, uh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Ayan, actually sinabi na rin ni Ayon kung paano na ginagawa yung ano niya, yung vlog, yung isang vlog post, tama.
Mm.
And meron lang ako additional kasi, alam ko you're ano, you're siyempre you're also content creator na rin talaga. I mean, not all with the blog per se, but also sa Facebook, your
Ah,
Instagram. Yeah, additional question, how do you, plot out your daily contents?
daily content.
Um,
How do I plot out my daily content?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I, you know, I'm unstructured eh. um,
Okay.
sa totoo lang, I don't have a plan. Like on Mondays, I will talk
Oo,
about.
oo.
I
Oo.
used to. I thought that would work. I used to have a plan. Let's have Wednesday, Wednesday. Like, what are your wins? You
Yes,
write it
yes,
on
yes,
Wednesday,
yes.
and then you have like family Fridays. It's all about family. I thought
Hmm.
that would work, but siguro iba-iba tayo ng style, no? Not one size fits all naman tayo. It doesn't
Oo.
work for me. Especially, I'm doing the blogging on the side lang. So if a thought comes
Mm.
in and I
Hmm.
have that urgency to post it because I'm sure many people are also looking at that content right now, meaning to say it's viral, then I post it. Uh,
Hmm.
let's say, alimbawa, ano bang ano sa atin ngayon? Hot topic. Politics
Saan
ang
sa
hot topic sa atin,
Philippines
eh, no?
ba?
Yeah, yeah.
Politika sa Pilipinas ngayon, eh.
Oo. Mga ganun lang kasi parang you cannot, especially if you are a current events blogger or a
Oo.
political blogger, you cannot be left out. I don't think a plan would work, especially if somebody declares candidacy. You don't want to be left behind writing about that
Mm.
particular event.
Mm.
So I don't
Mm.
really have a like a plan on daily basis of what to
Oo.
put out there. It just happens.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
So with the vlogging din ba, that applies din ba yung planning na parang kailangan kasi with social media gano'n, we were taught like
Yes.
that, na
Yes.
parang you
Yes.
have to publish this kind of event. Ang tanong ko lang with vlogging, does it apply na gano'n yung gawin? Not necessarily naman.
Yes. Yes. In BXD, for example, it is it's
Okay.
an umbrella website now with many categories. That kind of system or organized way of content planning would work. Like, say, for example, we're planning to like at least target 2 articles a day to be released para
Hmm.
consistent si Google na makita yung website natin at maging visible palagi sa search results. Kasi may
Mm.
inaalagaan kang mga ganong algorithm. So
Hmm.
when you have this kind of technical consciousness, you have to have that system. And at the same time, we are also like selling the blog kasi that BXD. We're selling it in terms of we have to ensure that it's always marketable, meaning to say consistency wise, there's always a daily new content, uh, and there's always a significant amount of visitors coming in. So when you already reach
Mm.
that level, I think yung planning that you have mentioned earlier would work and
Yeah.
should be done. Mm.
Okay. So for startups, parang it's not, mandatory masyado pa to
Oo,
do it.
oo.
Mm. Okay, okay, get it. 'Yan, speaking of kasi, yung ano kasi ngayon, yung vlog mo is keep on growing na. And for
Mhm.
those people would also ask this one, when and how vlogging can help you earn money?
Mm. Uh, okay. I started on walang consciousness about earning, although I'm aware that blogs can earn and
Mm,
give me money, but
mm,
I don't know what to put or how, right? So I just started writing it. But I know that you can already start adding like publisher ads from Google the moment you reach like 3 or 5 articles, if I'm not mistaken. There's a minimum requirement in order for you to be entitled to use those publisher ads, Google ads, as they call it. And yeah, that could start earning you very minimal money. But of course, you have to grow significantly para magkaroon din ng significant return yung pera. For myself naman, Um, Google Ads is not reliable in terms of passive income because it's super, ang liliit niya, centavos lang. We're talking about centavos. Unless you really hit that million hits every day. Like yung mga news websites natin. That we're talking about, okay, you can resign from work. But for a typical and casual blogger, the other ways for you to earn is, to get sponsorships from brands. You will write something about them or write a story that's relevant to them with their brands and it, and then you will get paid for doing so. And there are also affiliate marketing. In affiliate marketing, like in Shopee, Lazada, you have those links, and you will put it somewhere on your blog, along with the article or story that you want to write about that particular product. And whenever people click that, you get paid a commission. So those are the things that I have also done, and I would say there are some point na lucky ako kasi I was able to write really good content on it, and then there are some na hindi. The idea is you do not have to sound like you are selling directly. You have to be discreet about it. At least when you're starting, no? Kung hindi ka pa kilala, sisimula ka pa lang, do not have a tone of voice na you're selling. Have a tone of voice that you are helping people or that you have the solution to their problems, and then that's how you can build up on affiliate marketing or monetizing your blog even more. Yeah, did I answer your question correctly? Hindi yata. But yes,
Yes,
I
yes.
started. Yeah, yeah.
Kasi ano eh, you keep on mentioning nga na you started out without considering yung ano, yung without focusing rather on earning the money. Kaya I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking of another question para people would know um what's in it for them naman when they're gonna start blogging. So I should ask this question like what are the possible opportunities that let's say on your experience na lang, possible opportunities that opened up with
Oh,
blogging?
yes, good question. Sige, let's go back in time. Now, here in Dubai, I was one of the pioneer bloggers, they say. At least, no, those that the community or the public know. Um, and blogging, aside from the fact na nakwento ko kanina about helping me in my work, has opened a lot of doors. I was commissioned to write scripts for radio commercials in one of the biggest FM radio station here in the UAE. I was commissioned, not commissioned, I was asked to become a regular contributor sa isang lifestyle magazine here in the UAE. I've been brand ambassadors for a number of brands already, from tech brands to lifestyle brands, ano ba? Ano pa bang mga perks? And yes, I was asked to parang talk about blogging in many universities dito sa Dubai, and get paid for it. So you see, there's a lot of these opportunities that have come along just because I started something that I really love to do, that I was frustrated to do in the beginning. You know,
Yeah.
are you there or did I lost you?
No, no. Yeah,
Ah,
I'm
okay.
yeah, I just want to emphasize what you're saying kaya
Mhm.
nilakihan ko
Ah,
yung
okay, okay. Yeah.
yeah. So, ayun nga eh. So parang so you are just a testimony of you do the work and then yung money will just be the byproduct of what you're doing.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So did I got it?
Yeah,
Ayan.
you can say it that way.
Yeah, oo. Kasi, yun nga eh. I mean, di ba, meron pang mga dami na nag-open na opportunities with you, yung the ones that you mentioned with the passionate creators, aside dun sa mga sinabi mo pa. Parang
Uh-uh.
it's something that na priceless kasi it's a part of who you are as the boy Dubai na no one can take it away from you, even money, 'di ba? I mean, can't
Mm-hmm.
buy the experience that you've dealt with different, let's say, mentors, with different people. You learn from them,
Yeah.
from their experiences. Yeah, so I mean, aside from the money, you've opened the eyes of the viewers na gusto magsimula din na maraming opportunities na mag-open. We just have to do the
Dami.
necessary work.
Right.
Yeah, we're almost
Right.
done. Thank you so much
Na-enjoy ko to,
for
ah. Oo.
yeah, for sharing your journey, your vlogging journey. Grabe, ang dami-dami naming natutunan. And for our audience, if you have any questions, please feel free to comment it. We'll answer it. We'll answer it. Yes. So, any tips with those who want to start blogging before we end this?
Okay. I would skip the tools part or the skills part,
Mm-hmm.
but I think these are the most important, at least for me. This is what worked for me. Always think that it is always better to be useful than to be hmm, and fill in the blank. I mean, it's always better to be useful than to have a beautiful blog, to be useful than to be famous, to be popular, to have more followings. Because you can be that, but in the end, if you are not useful, uh, you're not useful. You won't matter, right?
Yeah.
So it's better to be useful. Think about it that way, especially if you're going to create content. And second, in line dun sa huli nating topic is, you have, for me kasi, I put meaning over money and the money followed.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I agree.
put meaning over money and the money will follow. And I think,
Mm,
lastly, you just, sabi mo kanina, just put in the work. You can be anyone you want to be. You just have to put in the work, and you just have to have faith, because according
faith.
to your faith, it will be
Okay.
done to you.
Ay, wow, according to your
hindi
faith.
ako
Yeah,
hindi
it
ako
will be
prepared.
done to you. Amen. Amen. Thank you for that.
Yes.
And baka our viewers might do reach you out, might ask you something. Anything that you wanted also to promote? Go ahead.
uh yes, sure. On October 30th, I will be in Manila at Araneta. Hindi pala. October 30, PC Master Camp 6. Kala mo. October 30 PC Master Camp 6, I will be talking more about blogging or writing in general. So it's a bit of a
Wow.
workshop. Yes. So if you please just check Passionate Creators Group community on Facebook for more details. And
Yeah,
if you want to get to know more about my story of blogging, or how to learn to get started, you can follow me at Boy to Buy on Facebook, or check
very quick.
bxdnow.com. Yeah, that one.
Ayan, very quick. Very quick natakpan ang ating ano, yan. We'll
Right?
flash it later or put it in the comment section yung link where
Mm-hmm.
they can follow you. Anything else?
Yes. That's it, I guess. Thank you so
Oh,
much, Faith. Really, really appreciate it. I enjoyed this.
wow. Thank you very much coming from Boy Dubai. It's a pleasure. Thank you and God bless you. It's really
God
a blessing
bless.
for me to have you here on our 12 episode. Wow, 12 disciples
Oh, wow.
ata to. 12.
Wow. Yeah, yeah.
'Di ba? Yan, thank you so much. We'll see each other later. Alright, yan. Sana natuto kayo from Ayon, the man behind Boy Dubai. Kasi ako rin, I learned a lot. Actually, this is not only for those who want to start blogging, but if you also want to pursue whatever you wanted, this is the episode that you really have to watch. Yan. So, any thoughts of what we had discussed? So, since he he has given us background sa journey niya and how he started his passion while pursuing also yung ginagawa niya as a family man. He also pushed through na gawin yung vlogging niya. I just learned na nothing will ever beat the consistency, and also if you really put your dedication in what you're doing. Kasi you might really not know what will follow through if hindi ka magsisimula. And also, um, I also, um, this is something an encouragement also for everyone na who wanted to start something, na even if hindi ka pa magaling on that certain thing, naniniwala naman ako lahat ng bagay natututunan. So yeah, Boy Dubai is the testimony of that quote. reality po yan. Siya, sa kanya na nanggaling na you don't really have to be great, but you just really have to start and also be willing to learn along the way. O yan, so ako rin sobrang natuto ko on that and yeah, simulan na natin yung mga bagay na dapat nating simulan before 2021 ends. So thank you so much for being with me in this 12 episode and please wait for more episodes coming moving forward. And if you want to learn more about money making tips, money management, and also money mindset, please follow Faith in Harmony on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Yeah. So, till our next episode, thank you so much for staying. So, sorry, nag-extend tayo ng konti. But thank you very much and see you next week. Bye!